All right, boys and girls, we are going to do a little tiny introduction into the recorder family. So these are recorders. The two biggest ones are bass. The next smallest one is tenor. Then we have alto, soprano, and then this tiny, tiny, tiny little one is a sopranino. We're going to give you an idea of what they sound like, and then we will give you just a little brief introduction to them. All right, boys and girls, this is just introduction to recorders. So Mr. Winslow and I are going to hold up 3 different soprano recorders. This is what you learn to play when you're in 4th and 5th grade. This one in the middle is the recorder that you would start on. It's made of plastic and it's very cheap. The recorders that we have here are both made of wood. They're more expensive, but they're better quality and they sound a little bit better. So we're going to play a note for you. Mr. Winslow's going to play the lowest note that I am, and then I'll play it on the plastic recorder. I want you to see if there's a difference in the sound. And then I'm going to play the note, same note, on the plastic recorder. Can you tell? It's a little bit harder to play, and it has kind of a higher overtone, which makes it kind of sound a little squeaky compared to the other sopranos. So I'm gonna show you the baby one because this is my favorite. This is called a sopranino. Look how tiny that is. So this is about 2 of the soprano. That's how tiny it is. And it sounds like this. Careful with your ears, it's going to be loud. If I want to play in the lower octave. Sounds a little bit like a whistle, doesn't it? And we showed you the sopranos. Mr. Winslow, do you want to show the alto?
Alto recorder. You can see it's bigger than the soprano, okay, which means it's going to sound lower because it's bigger. It's the same fingerings that you use for all the recorders, but it has a lower sound for the alto.
A little bit harder to play too. And I'm going to show you the tenor. So put the tenor up next to the alto and the soprano. So you can tell it's bigger, which means it's going to be lower again. And there's some of these that aren't closing all the way, but let's see if I can do that again. It's hard. They're hard to play. So you can tell it's a little bit lower. And then we're both going to show you 2 different types of bass recorders.
Far back.
I know, we have to be really far back. You can see they're very, very big compared to the soprano recorder that you try out. And that's the alto that Mr. Winslow held up. And the tenor. And hold up the sopranino so they can see. Look how tiny that is. So this one is harder to play than this one. Mr. Winslow's going to try that because he has longer arms than me. If you can look at the holes in these, they're very, very far apart. And so you have to spread your fingers out a long, long way. This one has a bocal, and you can blow into the bocal, which allows you to hold it in front of you. This one does not, and you have to play through a hole right here, which is why I have a hard time with it, because you have to hold it out away from you a little bit. So Mr. Winslow, do you want to show that one? try to play this one for you. I can't get all the way down to the lower octave on this one, but pretty cool. All these different types of recorders. Did you know there were so many types of recorders? If you did, good job. If you didn't, now you do.